Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so sorry. I don't know what is going on, but for some odd reason, YouTube is not allowing me to upload videos. For the past 2 weeks, I haven't been able to upload any, and I haven't been able to upload them even today. So I'm going to record this video just in case something miracle happens and I'm able to upload them. So I'm really truly sorry that it seems like I have kind of like jumped on the theme and then jumped on the scene and then jumped off. But I have not. I just, for some odd reason, I'm not being allowed to upload my videos. Um, but to go ahead and get started, let's get on up in here. The ladies, of course, it starts back where it left off. They meeting for dinner and they're talking about Erica's marriage. As Erica's coming through the door, and of course, you get the hey, welcome. That awkwardness. That definitely happens all the time. Whew, but it is what it is. But Erica said that she felt like Tom was pushing her out. So they got on the topic. They're eating and they're sitting at the table, and Erica said that she decided to talk about it. Like, okay, let's address this elephant in the room. She said she felt like Tom was pushing her out, and the conversations had been reduced down to like one sentence, and things of that nature. That she basically didn't feel that connection anymore and hadn't felt it for a while. And she talked about letting stuff go. I don't know if it's for financial reasons or not, but I know that she talked about letting go of the car, and I think she let go of like a Ferrari, got a Range Rover. She talked about I think they had went back to the clips where it was looking like she was selling her clothes and was selling clothes away, and I know Sutton was like, oh girl, why are you selling this jacket? It's a beautiful jacket. Why are you getting rid of it? So I don't know if there's any financial problems or if there were going to be some, but she had to sell things. And she also talked about the power struggle of being with someone in high power. So one thing a lot of people don't recognize is that power, there are different type of powers. I think I cannot remember them all. So I know there's legitimate power, expert power, referent power. It's two more. I can't think of them all right now. But what Erica was struggling with, well, first off, let me just say this. Referent power is whenever you have a connection or you're drawn to a person because you look at them like a mentor. You see what kind of, qualities in that person that you want to exhibit yourself, things of that nature. Legitimate power is what Erica was struggling with, which was like he has the money, he has this, he legitimately has the power. Expert power is whenever you look at someone because they're an expert in that area. So like if someone was like, oh, I want to like always be around Tom and do all these things with Tom because he's a great lawyer, he's an amazing attorney, he has lost zero cases, he's this, he's that. It's like expert power. He's an expert at what he does. So but legitimate power is what Erica was struggling with. Like your husband legitimately has the power. He has the money, he has the house, he has all these things, which she let us know that two other wives, she's the third wife that has lived in that house. Like, yeah, his stuff, his power. She kept talking about holding secrets. Now, I know that a lot of stuff was circulating in the blogs, and I think it's going to even come up in this group of ladies about them saying, wondering if she really knew everything that was going on with Tom, if she really knew it, and if kind of like how could she not know things of that nature. Erica, I have no issue with you, but that's the thing that makes people suspicious. When you're sitting in a group of people and you're consistently saying, if you want someone to keep a secret, come to me. We all know I'm good at keeping secrets. We all know I'm good at like, you cannot do that. You really cannot do that, because now you have everyone thinking, well, did she know? Did she not know? And all of that, because it's like, how can you say that? So hold on, y'all. What is going on? I apologize, y'all. I had to take a little something real quick, but yeah. So Erica talking about keeping secrets. That's what makes people suspicious. So you kind of put yourself in that situation to have people suspicious. But also, I mean, people find it hard to believe that spouses don't really know much anyway. For instance, like when you think about Teresa Giudice, the Giudice, the fact that all that went down, and folks just like, how could you not know? Your husband, you signed the papers with him, so she might want to be careful. She kept, okay, Cal and Dorit, they want to talk alone. They go in the house to talk alone. All the girls end up going back in the house, but they were able to speak alone. I still am kind of the mindset that Kyle, I understand you feel like she snapped at you, and again, I think this tone thing, like when she say snapped, I'm like, she didn't like she snapped at you at all, but she felt like Dorit snapped at her. This is what I'll say. At the end of the day, if I'm having a conversation with someone and you interrupt me, like, homegirl, wait a minute, let me finish. And don't get mad at me because I told you to let me finish. Let me finish. Okay, I'm long-winded. Let me finish. Hold your comment until I get done. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't sit here and try to make yourself the victim, all because I asked you to let me finish a statement. Anyway, that's that. But they end up excuse me again, work. Sorry again. Sorry, y'all. Something came up with work. Okay, that all work related. I'm sorry. All work. So, as you know, as a psychologist, at times we get random emails, chats. Sometimes I just got finished doing a feedback session, so that's what all that's about. Anyway, oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, because they talking about the long-winded stuff, and Cal believed that Garcelle making a statement that Dorit is long-winded is the same as her cutting Dorit off. No, ma'am, it's not the same thing. You cut the girl off. Garcelle just said the girl was long-winded. Everybody says that she's long-winded. You cut her off. Different things, sister. But they talk about Crystal and Sutton, and I'm gonna be honest, Crystal, I was liking you at first. Don't have like a personal issue with you or anything, but I was down with you at first, and how you was explaining the situation and what you was experiencing and what you was saying I was here for. But now it's overkill. It's like feeling like you're pouring gasoline on a doused fire to make it light back up. Like it feels like a lot. And you and Sutton talking, you keep saying how, oh, everyone keeps asking me. Everyone keeps asking me. Well, if you don't want to answer, just tell them I ain't gonna talk about it. Oh, me and Sutton had an issue. It is what it is. We talked about it. We fixed it. It's nothing anymore. Done. Oh, girl. Well, what was the issue? It don't matter. It's done. Next. That's simply all you have to do, Crystal. Like, honestly, like, you really don't even have to feed into it, but you literally tell the story every time, and then you add a little bit extra every time. That's the problem. You got me taking up for Sutton. And I was liking it, Crystal. Garcelle meets with a matchmaker. She discusses her perfect man. She wants him kind, loyal. She don't want him too big. Size does matter. There is a such thing as too big for some. There's a such thing as too small for some, and there's just right for some. So either way it go, find what's right for you. Find what's right for you. Garcelle talks about leading with her career and how she feels like men want her to be needy. This I want to talk about a little bit, submissiveness, and what does it mean? And it's not just for a woman, and I hate the fact that society got people believing that, oh, if you're submissive, that's for the woman. No, submissiveness is a general statement. To be submissive to your partner goes across the board, man and woman. There are points in time where the man needs to submit to his woman. There are points in time when the woman needs to submit to her man, and there are times when a man needs to submit to his man and vice versa, and a woman needs to submit to her woman and vice versa, and everything else in between. Submission is simply, just put in layman's terms, allowing your partner to be without kind of overshadowing or taking over. You're allowing your partner to be themselves in their element, and you submit to that portion of them to allow them to flourish, to allow them to be. You do not sit in something and say, well, if you with me, I need to be able to do this. Okay, fine. You want somebody to sit in the house, cook, clean all day, and watch kids or whatever, and have sex with you and do all this stuff? You need to be making adequate amount of funding, because I shouldn't want for ish. Okay? If I want to go to the store and get this and get that, I should not want for anything. If you want me to do all this in the home, you need to be making sure you take care of home. And some people want that and they can't take care of home. If you cannot take care of home, it is okay to submit to your partner. And even if you can, it's still okay for you to submit to your partner. Everyone has to get to a position where they know that they can submit to their partners, because that is a part of life. Submitting to your mate is a part of life. I recently submitted to somebody that wasn't my mate. It's part of life. I submitted because I wanted to. And actually, that person was was good at the role that they were playing, that there was no need for me to take over what I'm taking over for. They're good at what they're doing. Let me submit, let me sit my butt back and allow them to flourish. Learn to submit, people. It is okay. Actually, it feels good to submit. When you let yourself enjoy the fruits of somebody being great in one area while they enjoy you being great in another, it is amazing. Just want to put it out there. I'm single today because I'm okay with that. Some people aren't okay with it. It is what it is. Okay. We see Erica's new place. And she talks a little bit more about Tom and how, how basically, I think someone said something to her about traffic, and was saying that, if you were with me, you wouldn't have to be, not if you were with me, but what did he say? Said something to the effects of basically like, a good man, with a good man you wouldn't have to worry about traffic or something like that. And Tom basically told dude, well, if you think you can afford her, you can have her. That hurt me, and I'm not even Erica, you know what I'm saying? To have your spouse look at somebody and say, well, if you can afford her, you can have her. That you basically have just told me that you have nothing for me. That the highest bidder can come get me. That's just what you said to me. I can only imagine how she felt in that moment. That's hurtful. That is devastating. And she was protecting him in ways. And a lot of times that's a trauma response. That's what people who are traumatized do. They protect their abusers a lot of times. And a lot of times, not only do they protect their abusers, they fall for the abuser. Which makes me wonder, what was her and Tom's relationship truly like in the beginning? Was it really this beautiful fairy tale, like, oh, he was kind to me, he stood me off my feet, he did all these things to my son, he was wonderful? Was it truly that? Or did she make some of that up? We'll never know unless you talk about it. Sutton goes and get a mammogram because she's never had one done before. I'm very happy that Sutton went and got that done. It's important, ladies and fellas, to make sure you take care of all of your body. Health is important, health is wealth. Please do all you need to do to take care of your body. Everything was great with Sutton. I'm happy to see. Erica and Rena go and eat. They talk about Rena's lip line, and Erica talks about feeling vulnerable with Rena. I felt like this was one of the times I could tolerate Rena with her conversation. The girls meet at Crystal's to make dumplings. Erica talks about this THC oil that Cal gave her, that Cal and Mauricio are using, that she put on her. And now she's more, I ain't gonna say open, but she's like zooted. She's like in the air. She's feeling real good. I want some of that oil. I ain't got nothing going on over here, but I would love to have some of that oil. I want to know what it's going to do to me. I want to feel like Erica was feeling, because she looked like she was feeling good. I want to feel all that. Every bit of it. It looked like it felt good, the way she was just in there. Cal, please tell me how you and Mauricio use that oil, because I might find somebody for the night. I want to know what to do. But with that being said, now then again, of course, the whole Crystal and Sutton conversation that I briefly talked about a little bit earlier, and I'm just over that conversation at this point. So that's it for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I made this video a little bit shorter than the others. I don't know if it's because that was all I got or because I'm trying to see if maybe this is going to help with the YouTube situation. I honestly don't know what's wrong. Hopefully, we'll get that figured out soon. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all for liking, subscribing, commenting, and being here today. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.